Okay. Hello, hello. Good morning from St. Louis. 9:59 a.m. I just made a slightly surprising discovery. I tried to join Title Tuesday, and oh hey, I'm the first player. Okay, I can join now because it's less than an hour before the tournament starts. Title Tuesday starts an hour later than I initially thought. Usually it starts at 10 a.m. US Central Time. Today it starts at 11 a.m. I think because of the recent time change. Because time didn't change like everywhere. So that means I'll have some time to warm up, play some blitz, do some puzzles before the tournament actually begins. Welcome to everyone across Twitch and YouTube. Hello, hello. Okay, got some other early joiners in the tournament. So I think I'll start with Puzzle Rush. And then I'll hop into Blitz, maybe try and raise my rating a bit more. My rating was about 100 points lower than it currently is just a few days ago. Took a big dip, working my way back towards 2,900. Welcome back to Kaido Chess. Happy 48 months. Hope all is well. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let's do Puzzle Rush. Here we go. Kind of a weird one to start, but okay. Yeah, the early ones involve a lot of basic mates, back ranks. I'm white. I'm white. Oops. Did something wrong there. Win the bishop. Oh no, my queen. Okay, let's slow down a little bit. Take the rook. It's gotta be this. Okay. To block the check. I mean, not too many options here. Hmm. Not sure. Can I get one more? I was expecting rook f3, not rook g2. Okay. 42. I'll take it. Let's look at the look at this one. Yeah, rook f4 doesn't work. Oh, it's queen g4, queen g4, rook g3, and then take. There's a pin. Right. Okay, we have to move the king. I assume h2. h2, queen d2, rook d2. Well, what's wrong with king h3? King h3 also looks fine. Oh, king h3, bishop f5, and then we lose a queen. Okay. Okay. Well, if you're just joining, I do have a message in the upper part of the screen, my overlay. My little Tuesday starts in 55 minutes from now. Wonder if we can have a countdown timer. Oh, I could put the countdown timer in the widget, actually. Right? Like 50, where's the tournament? So 54 minutes. Okay. I think this looks better, and then I'll remove this. Okay. It's not technically a break because the tournament hasn't begun, but at least we have a clean timer here. Thank you, Backward Spawn. Hello, hello. Okay, so hello to everyone on Twitch and YouTube. This is a Title Tuesday pre-show. I was intending to already be in the tournament, but tournament is starting at 11 a.m. today, St. Louis time. And I'm still waking up, so it's probably a good thing. I'll have some warm-up games, maybe try and raise my rating, increase my seed. Can I overtake this person, Vladimir Bellis, I believe? What, 35 points away? Or no, 25 points away. I can't do math. Okay, let's raise the rating, hopefully. Hop in the pool. I'm playing some strong title player, okay. Here we go. QGD Exchange. I'm sure we've played before at some point. Yeah, we played twice before. I think I can still go for b5. There's this 92 idea. There's also bishop g4 here. Bishop g4 makes some sense. I could go back. Never mind. Makes sense to trade. Some knight b6 idea. Some idea to play. Never mind. I want to play knight g4 and attack. Easier said than done, though. Queen c5, take. That is an issue. Actually, considering c5, take. I'm not sure about this, but it looks interesting. I think I win back a pawn. We could end up trading a lot of pawns. If this, I think I take with a rook. Opponent's taking a long time here. Take with knight. Don't have a square for the bishop. Oh, let's go. Okay. I saw my time, but I had to just be in the zone. Oh man, the first game of chess I played today. Not wearing the heart rate monitor. My watch is charging in the other room. Okay. Close finish. Palms were sweaty towards the end there. Yeah, my opponent burned a ton of time after knight takes a4. Spent over a minute, which is crazy for a single move in a blitz game. Like, okay, maybe, is it even a critical moment? It's probably not like such a critical moment. White's going to lose a pawn. White's worse. Maybe it was a shift of momentum, which sometimes will slow down the opponent. I should check the opening. Get this line a decent amount. Although most people play b4, which allows takes b5. So rook c1 was a way of slow playing a little bit more. So black can still play b5 here. Bishop g4 is also playable. And b5. Yeah, my first impression was to move the bishop back to put the knight here. I played knight b6. Yeah, this a4 is, I think, a decent positional idea for white. Engine is spitting out h5. Why is this better? Oh, c5. Sometimes when after I play a game, when I analyze with engine, I try and make sense of like exactly what the engine wants. It seems like in this case, the knight is maybe more useful on d7 compared to b6. Because there's cases where the knight helps support c5. But this is still playable. But I should have moved back to prepare c5. Yeah, thankfully I kind of realized the situation here. If I'm not careful, like the move I initially wanted to play was queen f6, but then queen c5 is actually quite painful for black. So, yeah, that was the first game. Let me fix the thing a little bit. Just don't want to be covering the eval bar. All right, let's do another game. Or let's answer the question from Nishu first. How's it going, Nishu? Could have taken pawn with bishop. Probably a bit later. Actually not sure at what point. After knight d2, I was kind of fantasizing about bishop h2, knight g4 ideas. I don't think it ever panned out. Oh, this position, bishop takes pawn. Maybe playable, but the problem is I'm not winning back c5. Like after b3, c pawn's defended. After knight takes a4, there's no way for white to defend the pawn. Also, we're on the usual 15-second delay, so apologies, there's not quite real-time chat interaction, but it's close enough. Yeah, here I think black was better, and then I cracked a little bit. E5 hung. It's still playable. Like positions like that, you just have to keep making moves and not blunder. I think I did a decent job of that. As scary as it looked. I lost the pawn. I don't think white was expecting rook e8. Okay. Moving on. Do another game. I was studying this opening before I went to bed last night. It's interesting. It's a different setup than what I'm used to. E5. H6. I don't have so much experience in this setup yet. Probably my first time playing such a setup against a King's Indian attack. I have 6 here. I have 6 knight h4. We trade a bunch. I'm burning too much time. Also takes. Let's try it. I think this is just a big trade. I wanted tactics, but yeah, there's no tactics. If anything, I'm probably a little bit worse. Bishop b8. There's f4. Interesting. Under pressure. Have this move. Rook d3 probably coming. So if takes d5, I take. Never mind. Play this. Queen should be on d7. Okay, this is what I was thinking, actually. So I win g3. Secure. There's c5. Queen e6. Queen e6 should be good. So I'm threatening to take. Because there's rook d8. Okay. Very abrupt win there. Opponent just fell victim to the tactics. 2 different pins. This pin and this pin. Okay. I felt worse most of that game, but sometimes tactics are more important than like a positional disadvantage. I was short on space, but the sniper bishop and the queen exerted pressure. So 2883. Thank you for any ST. Happy 28 months. Oh, it says loving the Budapest in the speedrun. My go-to weapon in Blitz against e4, c4. Nice to hear. So I'm not using the score widget for the games that I'm playing now because it's not Title Tuesday. Sorry if it's confusing. I guess I could crop it to just have the break timer. But yeah, for everyone just joining, tournament starts in about 35 minutes. Okay. Maybe that's better. I don't know. It's just too confusing if I update the widget with games that are not part of the tournament. Yeah, it's also confusing because the time changed in the US, but not the rest of the world. So I was a victim of that confusion today. But it's a blessing in disguise. I get to warm up, get to raise the rating a little bit. There's a request, can you play Catalan with white? Catalan is not an opening I've played much of with the white pieces. It's an opening I respect a lot. It's probably an opening I should learn if I want to like improve my knowledge of chess. I very frequently play against it. Why not c5 to stop the pin? Oh yeah, so this is what I was calculating during the game. If c5... First of all, the pawn is still pinned in some regard, but okay, I should move my queen. I was calculating queen e6. Hitting this and this. White has no time to take the bishop. I imagine after rook d8 it's still playable. But white's king is a bit naked, so... Wow, white's better. With multiple moves. Right, so how's rook d8? Rook d8's worse for white. Fast move queen f5. Oh, forcing the queen trade. I don't have queen e1 because the bishop controls e1. I guess white's majority is stronger. Hmm. Okay, I think I'll keep playing. Yeah, we got time. Can I keep raising the rating? I'm still second seed, but I'm catching up to Vladimir Balos. 6 points away, that's my goal. Here we go again. I have this line. Queen b6 first. There's some knight c3. I've looked at this recently. Oh, how does it go? I think it says. I think I'm misremembering. There's some crazy lines here, which they're super tough to remember, though. There's some g5 idea. I think I'm confusing the lines, though. Yeah, just knight c4. Okay, at least it'll hopefully be interesting. I just lost 2 pawns. That did not work. Rook g8. Mhm. I get the knight to f6. Bishop's tied down to the knight. Bishop g4 idea. I'll watch out for like rook b1, bishop e5 check. So rook b1, probably a6. There's also bishop c4, e6. Opponent disconnected. What? Oh, this is a very strong GM. Oh no, my opponent. Okay, I feel bad about that. I was clearly worse here. I'm down a pawn. White should be better in multiple ways. Like this. Bishop c4 +2. Rook b1 almost +3. Okay, well, I farmed some rating, I guess. 2888. Oh, okay, there's a new top seed, which means I have a new rating goal. Let me check the line. There's some crazy line where g5 is playable. This is not it. You have to play queen a5 first. Wait, queen a5 is just good here. Is there a different line? I have some files somewhere in ChessBase, like analyzing this very deeply. Maybe it's with the bit. Maybe I'm confusing the line. Maybe it's this line: bishop h4, h5, knight fd2. No, knight fd2. There's this h3, c5. There's queen b6 here. Yeah, queen b6, knight c3. This is what I was mixing it up with. Queen d2, c4. Is this the line? I think it's e4, g5. Yeah, this is it. Okay. I'm happy I was able to like figure this out with the engine, but if anyone wants like some super obscure opening prep, I think maybe I've shown this once or twice before on stream. I discovered this several months ago, but the only way for black to be better in this specific line is to play g5, which is a pretty insane engine move. The pawn's not defended, it's attacked 3 times. But the ideas are really cool. First of all, the queen is tied down to defending c3, so queen g5, queen takes c3 is winning for black. And then there's a point that if knight takes, we just play f6. And then if knight moves back, there's bishop h6. And again, we're exploiting the fact the queen is tied down to c3, doesn't have a good square. And if bishop takes, then what do? Then we take on e4, and the bishop's a target. Kind of, but it's defended. Ah, but if knight e5, we fork, and the knight doesn't have a great square. Knight h4, white's pieces are kind of in disarray, and bishop e6 defends a pawn. So what I did in the game that I just played, I tried to use the same idea, but it doesn't make any sense. I was remembering like, okay, you bait the bishop, then you fork, but just knight takes e4 here. It's a common type of mistake when you think you're remembering opening prep, but the position's like completely different. Oh, thank you, Christine HB, gifting to Nibble. Or Nibble. Also, thank you, Azushin, first time prime. Shaggy Pike, Malefist. Thank you, thank you. Welcome back, everyone. There's a question from G Duffy. Hey, Eric, enjoyed your classical tournament. Was it really a zero impact on your rating? Yeah, so if you watch my final recap, I recorded the recap before the standings and the prize money was final. But I broke even. My rating coming into the tournament was, I think, 2377 FIDE, and my performance was 2376 FIDE. So it was net gain of 0 points. Also net loss of 0 points. And I think in the final recap, I mentioned that I didn't win any money. Like, I wanted to win the last game, which didn't happen. But it turns out I did win prize money in the St. Louis Masters. I tied for third for the under 2400 category. So I ended up winning like $140. Just something. 5 days of chess. On average, like 6 hours a day. Did I make above minimum wage? I'm trying to do the math. So if I worked 30 hours throughout the tournament, I made $140. $140 divided by 30. That's not minimum wage, is it? Being very slow with the math, though. Maybe someone can do it for me. No, it's like $5. Between $4 and $5 an hour. Yeah. Okay. It's still something. It pays for all the chai lattes I bought during the tournament. Are you pleased with your play? Overall, I was happy with, like, happy in general that I was able to return to classical chess. I think there's a lot of areas in my play that could be improved. Like, there were a lot of moments in my games I was missing my opponent's ideas. I was sometimes playing over optimistically or over evaluating my position. There were also times in my games where, like 2 to 3 hours in, I was having mental fatigue and losing my train of thought. And I think part of that is improved by like just playing more and being sharper mentally. It was my first FIDE classical tournament in a year and a half, so if I want to perform better, I probably have to just play more and get more experience. Thank you, Asia Invasia. Happy 31. But one of the reasons why I enjoyed the tournament was it forced me to just expand my knowledge a lot. Like every game I was preparing new openings, new ideas that I would not otherwise. Like there's more motivation when I have to prepare for strong opponents. What was the entry fee for the tournament? It was an invitation-based tournament. Like they had to fulfill certain requirements for, I think, the FIDE circuit. So there was no entry fee, but I had to be accepted. And coming in, I don't think it was a guarantee that I would be invited to the field. So it wasn't confirmed that I was going to play until like a week, maybe 10 days before. Any solid plans for the future? I have some liquid plans. Yeah, I'm not sure when my next classical tournament will be. I'll probably play some of the local tournaments at St. Louis Chess Club. Like they do weekly blitz, they do some monthly tournaments. Were there GM norms available? Yes, there were. And a few players got norms. Tani Adewumi, I think, got his first Grandmaster norm. He scored, I think he scored like 5.5 out of 9. Oh, not Team Liquid Plan. Sorry, I was not referring to. I was more referring to like solid liquid, maybe gas. I don't know. I have no plans of joining an esports team. Anyway, do I do another game? Let's do another game. I'm undefeated thus far. I have to save some good moves for the actual tournament. There we go. London opening. This is some theory, I think. Supposed to... This will like queen a3 first. Take. I have to check this afterwards. And this is a common idea to pin along this diagonal. So now there's like take. Wait, so take. Not sure about this. I guess queen c6, knight d4, queen d5, knight d4, e5, knight e2. Yeah, e5's coming. The problem is queen b5 happens. So if queen b5, I still can't castle. Calculating queen b5, knight c3. If queen d3, rook d1. If queen c4, I'm not sure. Knight, maybe queen b3 or queen a4. Queen a4 looks playable. I mean, this e-pawn should be weak. Take there's bishop a6. I have to castle. Or there's knight e4. Knight e4 might be fine. A greedy move. So queen d5 castle. Bishop b7 f3. If f5 knight c3. If bishop d7. Bishop d7. Not quite trapping the queen. It's close though. I could have taken, maybe. Not sure, actually. Now I can take. Oops. Mm. Yeah, just a draw. Or is it? Okay. I dropped F2. Like I did not keep focus, and like just as things were looking very good, I got complacent. E4, Queen E3. Actually, no, the H pawn's also attacked. Wow, maybe it's not so simple. Oh, this whole line might not work. So I have to lose a pawn. I mean, time was still very good. I probably had better ways to exploit the time advantage. Maybe I could have tried H5. It's just a draw, but I'll check the opening. Yeah, there's lines where like black will blunder this idea. This specific line is perhaps a bit more playable. Okay, this is apparently is quite good for white. Best move 92. I guess I'm winning one of the pawns. Yeah, it got weird around here. Because black had this constant idea of bishop a6. Engine really likes white's position. Queen a5 is an engine move. I see the idea, though. The idea is pretty elegant. It's one of these moves that, like, engine will spit out. That looks absurd, because, okay, you're giving black a move to play bishop to a6. The whole point is white wants to play b3 and kick the queen away, but b3 loses a knight. So queen a5 ensures that the knight and pawn are defended. After bishop a6, b3, the queen can't stay on this diagonal. If rook d1, there's this. It's still weird, though. Queen c2? Wait. Maybe I'm not understanding the idea of queen a5. Okay, I'm clearly not. The idea is to castle. Wow. I thought the idea was b3. Castle queenside. White's king is safe. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like, from a human perspective, you don't do stuff like this, but I guess black can exploit the setup. And b3 does look like a threat now. Does Eric read YouTube comments? I have Twitch and YouTube chats open. During games, I don't read comments, but between games, I'll look at chat. There was a question earlier from Fly Fishing. Is this your main job? If not, what's your occupation? No, I'm basically a full-time chess content creator, educator. Yeah, between online content, occasional like in-person thing. I'm grateful to make a living through chess. So white's better here because white's up a pawn, right? White has 7 pawns, black has 6 pawns. Also, this construction is very unstable, so the prospect of b3 is not easy for black to stop. Like if queen e6, there's rook d6. But what if rook c8? Only move rook d5. Wow. Yeah, it looks unstable. Like white's kind of defending things in awkward ways, but it works out. Are you planning to make a new speedrun series anytime soon? I have a new episode that I'll probably release today. The Tricks and Traps speedrun, episode 44. And then yeah, this year I wanna wrap up that speedrun, probably get to at least 2400, and then do a new speedrun of some sort. I'm thinking the next speedrun will be more of a consistent repertoire. Like maybe the Rosen repertoire speedrun where I play my favorite openings consistently. And then maybe supplement it with some opening lessons. Oh, bishop b7, b3. Yeah, counterattack the queen. White's in full control. Okay. Now I know what to do if black plays that very specific line again. Actually, no, I would not enter that position because knight d2 is just better. Win a pawn. Oh, there's also a question about what is a GM norm? So to get the Grandmaster title, you need a 2500 FIDE classical rating and 3 GM norms. A GM norm is a very strong performance in a single tournament. And there's a lot of specific requirements, but usually it has to be a 9-round tournament. You have to play players of different federations. Your performance rating, I think, needs to be 2600. So basically you need to score a certain amount depending on your opponent's average rating. I think there's probably a whole like Wikipedia page about it. Anyway, I'm not gonna have time for another game. Tournament starts in less than 6 minutes. There's a question, do you still use Lichess? I do. I probably use Lichess more than chess.com. Like I use Lichess for following top level events. Anytime I want to like analyze something and I'm not on ChessBase, I use Lichess. But I use chess.com for the tournaments. So Title Tuesday, 3-0 Thursday. I guess that's why it's a bit more frequent in my content. Also, Lichess doesn't allow for speedrun accounts, and chess.com does. So that's another difference. I'm not going to play a bullet game. I'll just try and be in a clear state of mind. Oh, Fabiano's in the tournament. Yeah, Fabiano got knocked out of the American Cup yesterday. If he was still in the American Cup, he would not be playing Title Tuesday. Are you sponsored by Chess Mood? They're not technically a sponsor. I consider them a partner. They're a site that I enjoy using myself, and it's kind of mutual benefits. So they set me up with an affiliate link. They also give my my viewers, anyone who clicks the link, a 7-day free trial to their site. And they're probably one of the best partners I've worked with in terms of like companies I promoted. Like, you don't need to put your payment info for the free trial. Every so often they unlock their courses like completely for free for the entire month. And their content is very good quality too, so I've been happy with them. Do you play any variants? It's been a while. Duck chess. The Duck Chess Championships this year is September 3rd and 4th. September 3rd is my birthday, so not sure if I'll be free that day, but if I am, I'll play the Duck Chess tournament. Oh, my second camera. Thank you for the reminder. I'm using Proctor. My second camera was not fully set up, but now it is. How do I chat? Thank you, Air Mailing. Appreciate the bits. Do you follow any players like Faustino? I follow games of many players, including Faustino. Recently, I've been following the American Cup in St. Louis. I've actually been visiting the chess club on most days, making the occasional appearance on the broadcast with my wife for the break segments. But yeah, following top level chess is something I do. I do for fun. It's especially with big tournaments. It's very kind. Thank you, thank you. Okay, tournament starts in about a minute. I'm gonna remove the. Actually, let me. Can I undo? Okay. Get rid of this timer. So we have the timer here. There's a question, what's that poster behind you? It's one of the covers of Chess Life that I was on. I wrote the cover article for Chess Life magazine back in, it was mid to late 2020. If you Google like Chess Life magazine, PogChamps, and my name, you can probably find it. Oh, thank you, JH, with the super chat. Really appreciate all the support. Okay, here we go. First game, playing d4. A London opening. We're going to get the same line I just played. Just play the game in this. Bishop e5. I featured queen e7, take, take. I'm now deeply prepared with the engine. Yeah, knight e7 is... It's a move that Avrook recommends in one of his books. But I don't think it's a great move. Because it walks into this line. We're following a top-level game Magnus Carlsen against Bosiocic. It was World Rapid or World Blitz from several years ago. Wait, can I just take the knight? This does not look good for black. Take and then take. Taking on h7 is kind of interesting, but I'll just take here first. Queen d2. Going for the kill. How does black defend? Not seeing too many resources. And the open H file, this is a London player's dream. The quick attack. Okay, queen f6 is coming. I'm considering knight g5. Knight g5, take. Knight g5, queen f6, take. Queen g7. Might just castle. There's knight f8. Maybe take and then castle. Don't want to overthink this. Some bishop e5 idea. G knight e5. Take, take, take. Bishop e5. Let's do it. So I'm trying to open the, basically open the position, open the center. I might see, okay, never mind. Yeah, so if queen e5, then bishop e5, and the rook gets a bit stuck. If rook e7, it's made in 2 with rook d8. That was actually kind of a misdraw, but this arrow makes sense because the rook ends up on e8 after rook e7 and check and mate. Okay, I think queen h8 is simplest. Oh, there's also rook d7. Take a moment here. Rook d7 might be even better. Take, take. Queen g7. No, queen g7, I win the bishop. Yeah, there's no checks, no counterplay. And then it's queen h8, take, take there. I'm trying to find the most winning line, but I guess, okay, this is fine. I win the rook. If this, there's some discover checks. Okay. I guess g2 is hanging, but okay, nice game. Solid start. I was trying to make the effort to like stay focused even when I have a completely winning position. Maybe I missed something stronger around here. Update the score. Okay, I could have played bishop e5 sooner. Okay. I'm happy with the game overall. I think my opponent said big fan. Oh, that's kind. I wonder if this will go on YouTube. So I'm live streaming to Twitch and YouTube. So hopefully it's still on YouTube, right? Check the stream. Looks like things are still working. Oh, wow, it's Simple Man. The $100 super chat. Mr. Eric, please accept this as a belated wedding gift. You are such a kind soul. That's super, super kind. Thank you so, so much. Let me heart this. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I played chess with Akeem. I think that's his YouTube name, right? I guess I didn't connect it to Akeem Brown. Oh, but some people in chat know. Okay. Yeah, my opponent also is a content creator. Was he streaming? I don't think it said he was streaming. Anyway, okay. If you're just joining, that was the first game. Thank you again, Simple Man. Really, really, really appreciate the kind gift. We have a small break. So I guess let's watch Magnus. Might as well. Magnus up a pawn. It looks like a tricky endgame, though. Oh, this could be a close finish. Magnus is up a bit of time. The king is inside the box. So like king d8, king d7, a6. The pawn gets to a7, the king gets to b7. Magnus still up just over 10 seconds, but... Oh, takes, push, here, push, and then fork. The pawn can't be taken. Nice trick. And now there's a wall. Like the king can't pass this wall. The pawn is safe. Very elegant. Now it's a winning king pawn ending. Or is it? It should be. F5 G3 Zugzwang. Or G5 take G4 Zugzwang. Or no, there's G6. Oh, but then king D6. Yeah, strong endgame play by Magnus. Kudos to Black, though, for putting up a fight against the world #1. There's a chance I play up next game. 446 players competing. All right, try and focus. Oh, Faustino has a very high rating. A few games left. Okay, next game. Oh, playing Zoey Tang, who recently finished American Cup. Who knocked her out? Is it Alice? Yeah, who knocked her out? Alright, let's focus. Good player. She's probably sharp too. Having just played a very strong tournament. I think she won her first match against Irina, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, we'll play this line. It's bugging me, I can't remember like Zoey's games from American Cup. I was watching, but there's been so much chess recently. Alright, let's play this. I might see a3. Queen d2 also playable. Yeah, this is an improved setup for white. The queen's more useful on d2 compared to c2. I might go for bishop e7. The bishop serves no purpose on d6 anymore. I might just go for this idea. Some c5 maybe? Start with 96. So d4 I take and then the pawn's loose. There's b5. Not comfortable here. I'll play b5. Allowing e4. I was calculating b4, knight a4, take, knight h5, preparing bishop g5. Doesn't look great. And white has a center, but it's double-edged. Like the pawns could be strong or potentially weak. So if I take in bishop g5, knight f4. This is kind of what I want. Bishop e5. Bishop e5, bishop h3, take. Queen c8, queen g4. Bishop d7. Feels very close to something. Bishop e6. Bishop a6 is interesting. Let's try it. Very confusing position. So if takes, I take on f1. Bishop b6. She takes, okay. Interesting. Can't take his knight b6. Can I? This hangs up thing. I take on d5. Not feeling good here. I'll play that. Yeah, much worse here. Low on time too. Some activity. The time is not good. This is losing. What to do? Okay. Yeah, no stalemate tricks. Well played. Middle game got very tricky. In hindsight, I'm actually just realizing here I should have considered this move. I guess the knight's defended though. There's rook e1. Yeah, when I played bishop a6, I did not, I think, fully acknowledge bishop takes f7. It's actually very difficult for black here. I want to take the pawn, but there's knight b6. If I take this way, there's probably something. Maybe rook d1 first? Yeah, there's too much danger. Wow, so white's much, much better there. Best move would have been queen takes e8. And here, rook e5 only move. Yeah, I saw the bishop coming to c6. So how does this work? was actually calculating lines like this, rook b8, bishop a7. But apparently, like, I can get away with this. Sack material. Is there an audio issue? Sometimes on YouTube, the video and audio will desync. Refreshing usually helps. You refresh everything myself. So I'm 1 out of 2. I think that's my first loss of the stream today. Had a nice run of raising the rating. Yeah, she handled the opening well. I have a feeling she's probably prepared this. Because like h3 and queen d2 are not moves you play without preparation. Anyway, moving on. Here we go. I'll stick with my main repertoire, pawn d4. Usually happy to have this line. So bishop b4, then knight ge2. Bishop b7, I can play e4 right away. E4 right away here. It's already uncomfortable for black. I'm sure I've had this position at least a few times before. We might see d6. d6 probably g4. e5 is not yet a threat. And again, bishop b4, knight e2. How does this work? I mean, e5 is the main consideration. I guess the idea is to take knight c6 and trap the queen. Does it work? Take. I mean, I could take and play this. Maybe that's simplest. I didn't want to burn all my time calculating the queen trap lines. I'll definitely analyze that after the game, though. So I'm hitting 2 undefended pawns. Queen e7. Black wants this. Probably just f3. Mm. There's queen g5 to throw in. f4 doesn't work. It's a game. Doing very well on time, though. So now I'm probably threatening f4. This takes 93, and this doesn't come with check. I want to play f4, but I don't think it works. I take. And knight takes might be better. Hmm. Let's focus. Oh my gosh. Slightly stressful game, but got the job done. Yeah, I did not play well with the time advantage. I was trying to be safe, but started dropping pawns. Black neutralized well. Like, white should have some advantage, but maybe it's not huge. Okay, so first of all, e5 does not work. It looks like an obvious fork, but after takes, queen's attacked twice. And if I take the bishop, then knight c6. And the queen gets stuck. Engine says g4. I mean, taking seemed natural. Queen g3. White's only slightly better. And black had some counterplay. And knight a4 is preferable. Okay, moving on. 2 out of 3. This is my final game from the St. Louis Masters, f4 rook c3. Here we go. It's opening prep. So here there's a few moves. Queen d3, queen c4, queen b4, and fj c5 are the ones I've studied. It was, okay, queen b4 is the main line. Take, take, take. And then bishop h4, g5 is the main line. I prepared this line for hours, like before my 9th game of the St. Louis Masters. That was just over a week ago. What's this? To remember. Yeah, this, rook f1 castle. And then there's a few branches. I mean, white's playing the best line so far. Engine gives like +1 for white, but it's still interesting. Oh, having a hard time remembering. Oh, I'm supposed to play b5. Forgot to include b5. Hopefully it doesn't make a big difference. Yeah, it's b5, bishop b3, and then maybe instead of h6, I forget. At least I get some time advantage. Yeah, this is a move. Take bishop e8. There's g6. Wait, I have to take. g6 I take? Calculating rook f1, bishop g5, bishop e5, knight g5, h4. And I have bishop e6. I know, what am I saying? Oh, that works, I think. I crammed all these lines into memory recently, and now it's just like all mesh. I looked at a very similar line to Rook F7, but I'm pretty sure my opponent's just misstepping. This should be fine for black. Okay. Can't get too comfortable though. I have bishop e8. This takes. Yeah, let's play bishop e8. So I have, wait, what's material? I'm up a piece? It could be two minors against a rook. Hmm. Bishop d5. Take. Thinking knight h7. I could move h4, knight e4, bishop d5, knight g3. Okay. He wants rook f6. I could take with knight. Okay, so it's rook for knight and bishop. Center pawn should be good. Get the king centralized. Rook g8. It's a little bit uncomfortable. h5. I think my ideal setup is knight d8, bishop f7, knight e6. Not easy to achieve though. Okay, change the plans. Knight wants to be on e6. Yeah, this pawn should be strong. I'm happy with that game. Did I miss a fork? Fork on D2. I found a fork. Maybe I missed one earlier. Oh, here, fork on D2. My rook was attacked, so white can take it with check, I think. I can check, though, with the engine. Best move, bishop e8, yeah. Had to defend. Okay, that line worked out. Might be my first time playing this line in Title Tuesday. I think it's a good blitz weapon. It's kind of like the Stafford Gambit of the Sicilian. Objectively dubious, but very tricky to deal with. Engine says, yeah, almost +1 for white. Okay, we have a break. 3 out of 4. Get my Title Tuesday timer. Same score as Hikaru. 3 out of 4. So I might play Hikaru next. Still 21 perfect scores. What's the full name of that opening? I don't think it has a formal name. But let's see what chess.com calls it. So, Sicilian defense, classical variation, Richter-Rauzer variation, modern, Richter-Rauzer modern variation. But yeah, this line specifically with rook c3, I think was made popular by Richard Report, one of the greatest opening innovators of our time. Yeah, because usually in this line, like the main line is e6 and black develops the king side a bit quicker. But in this line, black develops the whole queen side and yeah, goes full aggression. It's a cool variation. I did cover this a bit more in depth in my most recent recap from the St. Louis Masters. It was a final game. In that game, my opponent played bishop c4 in this position. But yeah, with bishop h4, we'll just go through. I forgot to play b5. Oh, b5. To be honest, I'm still forgetting if b5 is meant to be included. Maybe not, because it allows a counterattack. Wait, rook he1, there's knight c3 though. I played h6 first. Oh, best move bishop e1. Take. Ah, so without the pawn on b7, I wouldn't have this resource. Interesting. Play f5. As a7 becomes weak. It's interesting though. The black has a big clump of pawns, like these center pawns. Rook a8. Bishop d8 I kind of like. And d5 coming. That's playable. Thank you, Air Mailing, subbing for 3 months in advance. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so what happened in the game, I guess the mistake was taking on f7. It just doesn't work here. Yeah, initially when I when I was calculating this, I saw takes h4, but there's bishop e6 or knight e6. Yeah, knight e6 is maybe even simpler. Oh, thank you, Airmailing. A lot of support today. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for subbing. Okay, so I'm pretty much guaranteed to play up next game. Let me time this correctly. Okay. I prefer the widget timer over the one that chess.com uses. We can see the standings. Magnus still with a perfect score. I'm tied with Fabiano too. Yeah, I could play Fabiano, Hikaru, Duda, and a lot of strong players with 3 points. Oh man. Nihal Sarin, who beat me last week. Okay. Try and stay focused. Yeah, we got about 40 seconds. Try and stay calm. There you go, Reza Mahdavi, strong player. We played OTB in Abu Dhabi, I think, years ago. Back when he was in FM. I played the same line. Played D6. Okay, Roslimo. Transposition. Pretty sure when we played in Abu Dhabi, it was also bishop b5 check Sicilian. Let's play this. b3. Strange move. Also play bishop b2. Interesting. Yeah, I think I just do my thing. Some advanced French structure. Never seen this before in this line. Pressure the pawn. So f4 obstructs the queen, allows me to win the pawn. He wants to hurt me. Probably will have to play g6. There's rook e8, bishop f8, knight e7. Problem is bishop d3. Is rook c8 first? Knight of 3's coming. Yeah, the attack kind of comes quick. It might already be too late. Bishop d3. Ay, ay, ay. No, this is not pleasant. Take. If I play g6, g6, h4, knight f5. Maybe that's the way to go. Yeah, I have defenders. The idea is to play... Actually, this hangs a pawn still. So maybe like bishop g7, knight f5. Expecting h4. Yeah, the rook has h3 now. c4, bishop c2. Let's take. I was thinking queen b4. Because now with knight g5, there's knight e5 with a pin. I might be threatening this. Or even this. a3 I can probably take. Yeah, there could be an issue with like take, queen h4, a4, bishop a3. Maybe I just have knight f8. It's unsettling though. There's rook c2. Some e6 concerns. Interesting. He's gonna sack a rook. Wow. I gotta go for it. Hope it works. Oh, it doesn't work. I have this. This is not working. I just missed that line. I'm in trouble. Yeah, good move. There's actually a lot of trouble here. I can't save the bishop. I'm pinned down. Any last try? C1, take. I'll take on e5. This doesn't work at all. I'm losing more material. My queen gets hit. Oh no, my position. If the knight moves, I win the queen. The queen moves. Oh no, my king. Okay, GG. I got attacked. It's tough. Yeah, when I played queen c3, I was so offensive-minded, I forgot I'm allowing this bishop a3 resource. But at this point, it's already looking very, very difficult. There's just so many attacking resources with this and this and this and this. It's probably lost. So I'm 3 out of 5. Yeah, b3. Maybe I shouldn't play d5. d5 is one of the best moves. So if I just castle and white plays d4, it's still best to go for this structure. Oh, but put the knight on e4. Do I have that in the game? So in the game, it's a little bit different. Okay, that's an interesting takeaway. But if I want the structure, I should hold off on d5, castle first, and then have the option of this. But it's worth analyzing bishop d3. Bishop d3, f5. Takes, rook takes. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't think that's something I've ever gone for, but it's a good idea to know. Knight e4, f5. Let's see what happened in the game. Yeah, white was having all the fun. Just ideal setup. So at this point, I had to be a bit more accurate. Queen b6. Maybe at the beginning of my downfall. So what's the difference? Rook e3. Bishop g5. Wow. I guess the queen on d8 helps support the bishop. Looks a bit strange though. Thank you, Margin Lion. Happy 3 months. Okay, moving on. Here we go. Focus. Okay. Something fresh. Yeah, I guess this is a thing that some people do. H4 kind of looks attractive. Got the knight to c4. Bishop g5, f6. Hmm. It's tempting to take. I'm feeling good. Knight c4, bishop g5. Can exert pressure on all areas of the board. Bishop e5 is a resource. Let's start with it. So there's this idea. Yeah, the minor pieces come in quickly. Almost taking works. Feels very close to tactics. Castling's coming. 93. Take, king takes. Mm-hmm. Might just go for the pawn. Looks greedy, but why not? Oh, there's knight b8. There's knight b8. As soon as I play it too. There's queen a4. Life goes on. Or take. Should be okay. So what's the point? I take. I don't see the point. Oh, knight e4 is a point. Knight e4 is super strong. I have queen c7, queen b7. Okay. So knight e4 castle. Looks playable. There's knight, no, knight c3 I take on d8. Wants rook a8. If I take... Taking looks playable. Risky, but playable. So rook b8, I'm ready to give the queen for 2 rooks. So rook a2... Rook a2, rook d6, rook b6. Attacking d6. H3, oh, there's queen G5 too. Just have to allow it. Queen C7. It's interesting. Knight defends this, so if takes, I just take the bishop. Takes here. Could take with knight. And this pawn's falling. I think I have just enough counterplay. These pawns could fall very easily. Like, these pawns could all come off the board very soon. Queen G5, I still take the bishop. Rook takes. Gonna be safe. Take. 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 Tricky, tricky. There's F4. There we go. Okay. Good fight. Good fight. I was able to keep composure, keep control. Thank you, Sir Farts, a lot. Appreciate the super chat. Okay. 4 out of 6. Good score. Probably play up again. Yeah, this Benoni position. Early bishop c3. Which I usually don't get. Like, usually when I play these Benoni positions, it's from this move order with a knight already committed to f6. I imagine like white should be for choice, but it's probably playable for black. Engine lengths en passant. Yeah, positionally this makes some sense to open the game with the bishop pair. I guess here it's concrete too, like bishop e5. Take and castle, wow. The dark squares are just weak. Okay, some positional lesson. Moving on. I'm playing down, okay. Here we go. There's gonna be some theory to remember. Queen a2 is not a super practical move. It's playable. I'll still have to remember stuff, figure things out. Yeah, queen a2 is a sign that my opponent hasn't studied the theory. But can I figure things out? Knight b3. Knight b3, I'm threatening to take this, and then trap the queen with bishop e5. Queen a3 might be necessary. It gets very shaky for the queen. The one thing I remember about queen a2 is this bishop e5 resource. Knight b4. Also take. I start with taking. But then what? There's this move, but then queen a5. Tricky. They take c3. Wow. c3, knight c2. Looks risky for black. Let's go for this. Knight c2, king f1. I was having a hard time evaluating, but the knight just got stuck. And there's knight c6. Castle e6. Do I have anything? Bishop e5 is no longer a great resource. Maybe strike with knight d4 sooner. Like knight c6, knight d4. Castle e6. Start with castle. Yeah, knight d4 does threaten b7. There's knight. Let's go for it. Knight c5, knight b5. Takes, I take on b7. So rook a1, queen b2, knight fd4. Wow. I'll just take on a7. Honestly, miss that. I can still take. Not sure. It's queen e2 as well. Queen e2, a6. I trust my instinct. Oh, a6 doesn't. I thought I had knight d2. If knight d4, take. Knight d4 is the way to go. Very confusing game. Take. Mm-hmm. Okay. Not sure about this. I take. Just go for it. Crazy lines. So if takes, it's mate. If queen takes, I take again, and there's mating ideas. And if takes, it's check and mate. And this, no, queen c6 doesn't work. Check and mate. Okay. Very, very tactical, very complex game. 26 moves. Kind of the nature of that London line. It's probably more risky for black than it is for white, but it's tricky for both sides. So 5 out of 7. Yeah, white is better, but not winning here. I did not consider bishop d3. c3 was a blunder. Well, knight c2 didn't look great for black. That's crazy that engine just wants to leave the queen and knight here. I can't easily attack the queen because knight controls a1. Knight c1 loses a rook. Wow. Yeah, like I saw this position, I didn't really think further, but it's actually hard for white to find a move. Like knight d4 maybe? Queen a6, knight a3. Yeah, some engine play. Are people on YouTube having tech issues again? Yeah, sometimes you just have to refresh the stream and hopefully things are working. I think Twitch is sometimes a bit more stable. That's why I multi-stream though. YouTube has benefits of like keeping the VOD and not deleting it. So going forward, yeah, castling queenside came as a surprise. It's not great for black. Last move knight d4. Oh, thank you, airmailing for more bits. I appreciate it. Why not queen e5 on move 20? Oh, I should have considered it. Queen e5 looks great. But apparently it's not good. Oh, bishop d6. Bishop d6. Yeah, queen e5 threatens mate and the rook, but this defends everything. And counterattacks. So I was clearly worse. And then out of nowhere, I just sack and get a mating attack. Black had to find this, which is not easy. Okay. Good score. I should play up next game. 5 out of 7. Point behind Magnus and Hikaru. Oh, thanks for the dono, eval bars. I'll try and read the message a bit later, but let's focus on this game. Playing Yoseph Taher, fellow streamer. There's an ant climbing on the wall. It's annoying me. It's a small ant, but I just don't want it to attack me. F4. Okay, so I studied this recently. He's going to play A4. Oh, bishop C4. So E6 is the main move. Let's see what he has in store. I have not studied this specifically recently. It's just B6. Trying to compare it to the other lines that I looked at. I'm taking too much time here, as usual. Take or B5. Play this. Interesting. When the opponent plays on the flank, you're supposed to respond in the center. Okay. 25. There's H5, G4. There's A5, A4. Or G4, I guess. Actually thinking F5, take. Looks kind of anti-positional, but I just stop white's attack. I think it makes it easier to play. King H8. There's bishop B4 maybe. Bishop B4, rook E8, knight C6. Knight come in. Take. Let's play this first. So I'm hitting this. F6. It's a little bit unsettling. There's queen F6. So this and this. Lag. I'll do this. C3's coming. C3, queen b5, hitting the bishop. Running this too. Big focal point. C4 might happen. C4 I take. Yeah, difficult position here. My queen trapped. Wow. Oh no, my queen. Yeah, there's no surviving. I'm looking for last resources, but it's not pretty. Take. I'll play on a few more moves. Yeah. Well played, well played. What did I do? I got Grand Prix attacked. Yeah, this is like the old version of the Grand Prix. The trendy move here is A4, which I was preparing before the St. Louis Masters, but I didn't get a game where I actually wanted to try this out. Bishop C4, I think, is known to be a little bit better for black. And still playable. E6. Yeah, maybe still a good blitz weapon for white. Oh, thank you, H3123. Yeah, thank you everyone for all the support. Really, really appreciate it. Doing my best to focus on the games. Overall, I feel like the quality of games has been, or quality of chess has been decent. I think better than last week for me. 5 points is still, I think, still above average at this point in the tournament. Yeah, I wonder maybe F5 wasn't great. Going back, B5. I was considering B5 here, but how does it work here? B5 take. With the queen on E2, there's no defense of the rook. Because in the other line, the queen defends the rook. And B5 threatens to trap the bishop. If white has to play A3, that's a pretty good success. There's a line where white sacks a piece. But take... Wait. Compensation? I still have to be accurate. Okay, but black is better here. What's the idea behind a4? Yeah, so with a4, Ari and Tari played this against me in a title Tuesday, maybe about a year ago. It's a very tricky idea because if you check the stats in the database, the most played move by far is e6, which is a mistake. The e6 is best after bishop c4 to blunt the power of the bishop. But against a4, it walks into a pretty cool idea, which usually doesn't work, but in this case, it works for white to play e5. Simple idea, knight e4, knight d6. And engine supports this. There's some deep engine lines where white gets some edge. I'm trying to remember the main line. So one point is if d5, then I think d4. That's some good French. Like knight b5 is an idea. And then if this, how does it go? I have to play bishop e5, knight e7. Testing my memory. Is it like take here? At some point, knight f6? Oh, d4 first. I should review this if I want to play it. Wait, d4? No. This engine is pretty low depth, so it might not actually share the right line. Knight e7, knight e4. There's a line where we go into this square. Oh yeah, this is a line. Engine says equal, but I think it's better for white. Take, knight f5. Maybe it's slightly better for white. Anyway, long story short, after a4, the best move is b6, which I was ready to play in this game if my opponent were to play a4. Okay, we have another break, I think. We have another break. I was around 8. I have 4 minutes. I'm going to take a small break myself, get some more water. I'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. We have 3 more games of Title Tuesday. Okay. Got a couple minutes. I'm a point and a half behind Magnus. 6.5 out of 8. Oh, still a point behind Hikaru. And Fabi. Okay, so tied for 64th. I'd probably play down, but could be close. Oh, how's Ant doing? There is an ant on the wall, like right behind the camera, but I'm not seeing it. I have to call an exterminator. Maybe get some ant traps. Is my cursor small compared to other ions? I'm on a Mac Mini, so maybe the fact that it's mini makes it smaller. Not sure. Yeah, Fabiano is playing. Hey, I'm 99th, top 100. And tie breaks are kind of arbitrary, though. Okay. Get ready for next game. Maximize the board. There we go. The final stretch. Okay. I'm sticking with London. Been getting good positions. Okay, this is a fun line. G4. I think it's knight c3. Maybe e3 first. Stay flexible. I'm tempted to play this. Just go for the quick attack. Like bishop e2, h5. h5 for black is a bit weakening. Yeah, opponent's already spending some time. Some opening success. I guess the question, like if bishop g7, h5, am I ready to sack? The answer is almost certainly yes. Even if d6. Because I get a pawn, take away castling rights. Bishop d6, wow, so I could take. I mean, taking still h5 looks nice. Let's do it. I win f5. b4 I think ends the game. Or no, b4. Let's focus. b4 take c3, queen b2. That's close. It's interesting. Queen b2. Queen's almost trapped. Queen b2. I mean, okay, let's calculate. Queen b2, rook h6, queen a1, queen c2. I have the idea of knight a3, or knight to b3. Knight comes to a5. I think it's worth it. Let's go for it. I don't have to play. Looks nice though. Let's do it. So I prevent the queen from coming out. This is a plan. Knight e2 to c1 to b3 to trap the queen. I am down the exchange. I'm actually down the exchange in 2 pawns? Yeah, I'm down a lot of material. It didn't fully register before I went into this line, but... Okay, simple plan. Wait, I have bishop g2? Knight c6, knight e2? Fiend Cadeau. It's a hostage situation here on a1. Okay, so bishop c4 is coming, but bishop c4, bishop f1. It's still tricky. Bishop d5 as well. Looks kind of nice. I should have played rook a1 or rook h1. Let's go for this. So the idea is to... First of all, the idea is to play knight c1, knight b3 still. If takes, the idea is to play rook h1, knight d2. Bishop helps cover the rook. There might be some concern about this stuff. Yeah. I have a3. Not the most exciting move, but it's a move. I'm still covering a2. Knight defends a3. Knight a5 might be coming. Losing a little bit of control here. Knight a5, knight c1. Not sure what's happening. Just rook. Let's play this. Rook h1. Take. Is there a threat? Take, rook takes. e4. Not what I want. Wait. Oh, there's queen b2. I messed up. Oh, where's the trick? Any tricks? I really messed up. What to do? That's a terrible move too. Okay. Try and keep the game going. Oh, did not see that coming. Queen for 2 knights. This is not good. Hmm. Never know, you never know. I'm not walking into it. Okay. GG. The risk did not pay off. I decided to be a little bit too fancy. I wonder though, is it okay? I regretted not playing Rook H1. I should have realized the Rook's more useful on the back rank. See where the mistake was. Best move 92. Ah, I gave the wrong rook. I was so excited about trapping the queen. Five out of 9. What to do? I'm just not trapping the queen here. There's a difference between trapping a piece and making a piece stuck. Like the queen is stuck, but I can't attack it. I'm just losing. Okay. Some lesson. Moving on. Stafford Gambit time. I want to play the Sicilian line again. I'll play this. B3. How does this go? E6. Trying to figure out the move order here. I think it's takes an h5, like takes h5, g5. Maybe h5 first is interesting though. I didn't fully calculate knight e5. Take. I think it's okay. My idea is to take, and then g5, g4, which might not be playable after knight bd2 and takes f3. I have knight e4. I just take. I'm not sure about this. I still want to play g5. This might simplify. And there's my f6. Calculating take, and then take. Imagine there should be something like bishop g3 there. Or check and then bishop g3. Oh, there's bishop f7. That's still interesting. Bishop f7. I take, king e7, or maybe king e8. There's rook f3. I think I go for it. Thinking king g8. So take, comes with check, king g8. I do win back g3. I'm calculating rook f3, knight g3, king g1, knight f5. I'll beat down a pawn. Bishop's not great. That's still interesting. Wow, he could repeat. Forgot about that. Take. I don't want to draw though. Played like g6 f5. Kind of hoping that white deviates. King g1. I'm sure he's calculating this. Yeah, king g1. How do I deviate? I have 6. I have 6, bishop f3, bishop d6. And there's g6, bishop f3. Probably bishop d6 right away. I don't like it, but I don't want to like just stop playing chess. I want to keep playing chess. So even though I'm worse, at least the game keeps going. So bishop f3, f5. Oh, there's queen g4. I think I have to play knight f6. Yeah, this is kind of the problem. Is king f8 coming? I have some small time advantage. Down a pawn, e4 might be coming. Bishop a3 is coming. There's king g8. Bishop a3. Looking at g5 too. Problem is queen f5. Okay, I have a plan. g5, g4 is my plan. There's no more queen f5. e4 doesn't work. Well, he probably goes for the minority attack, and I go for the kingside attack. There's some trixies with this threatening this and this, if b5. Like b5, g4 I think wins. Oh, there's device disconnected. I gotta troubleshoot between games. Take to take. Well, it's getting spicy. We just trade a bunch. So I won back the pawn. I have queen h3, bishop g2. Maybe take and then queen h3. Just wins. Queen f3. Queen f3, check. Wait. Queen f3, queen h2, king f1, queen h1. What's happening? King e2. I take with check. Yeah, this is winning. So queen f3, here, here, and then here. And then if we trade queens, king g2, I win e1, the rooks connect through this rook. And this also wins. Okay, I have to troubleshoot my second device because there's a pop-up that's slightly off screen. Oh my gosh, my phones are all dying. To do this. Okay, done. Okay. I'm 6 out of 10. One more game to go. That was a close one. I turned down the repetition, playing for a win. Okay, here we go. Final game. No Safford Gambit. As tempted as I was. I have a Rosalima. E1. Yeah, so same line as earlier. E6 is a precise move order. Because of D4, there's takes, takes, queen H4. It's a reason for not immediately playing knight F6. Okay, this is still the main line. Queen D1. I played Reza Mahdavi earlier, who played B3. D3 is a solid line. I think if Queen G3, Rook G8's a move. Pretty sure d4 preventing white from playing d4. There's some game from St. Louis Masters a year ago between Fabiano was white against Robbie Kevlishvili. Very similar line, if not the same. Queen b6 looks natural. Let's do it. Thinking takes an a5. Make some gains on the queen side. Yeah, my bishop's not super happy, but that's okay. It's a move. Wonder if this is a move. Because there's queen e2. If h5, I don't even mess with it. I just allow h6 and g6. Play a4. So I want to target the pawn. Queen b4. Rook c1. And queen a6. Keeping these things defended, preparing this. Up over a minute. I'm feeling good. Not easy for white to attack. And one plan might be rook b6 and rook eb8. White one's 93. Knight a5. Loses a pawn though. Rook b4 doesn't work. Interesting. Yeah, b2 is well defended. Tough position to crack. I was thinking knight b4. Could do it right away. Queen h5 is always met with this. Yeah, there's still this target. And triple up is coming. Have to defend. Rook b2. Let's hold off. Okay, now rook b2. Good thing I held off. Yeah, winning a2 as well. Threatening to almost trap the queen. I mean, based on position and time, this should be completely winning. Rook b3. So I could save the queen by sacking, or bishop c3. But then I win up bishop. Okay. I use my backup phone for my second camera, which is also about to die, so let me charge it. I think the issue was the thing I had my phone plugged into died, so it stopped charging. Anyway, nice game. Nice way to finish the tournament. 7 out of 11. I feel like it's been a while since I scored 7 points or better in Title Tuesday. This final game went, I think, kind of deep into the theory of this line. This d4 move is something I haven't been able to play much of. There's other lines where white can get in this move and get the ideal kind of French structure, which happened to me previously this tournament. And even though my pawns are fixed on dark squares, doesn't combine well with the bishop. As we saw, there is some nice play on the queen side. Queen c7, provoke bishop f4. A few different ways to play. All right, let's see who's going to win the tournament. Cena move ahead against Minlay. Wow. Wow, so if black wins, which he's in good shape to do, that'd be 10.5 out of 11. If I'm white, I'm going for stalemate tricks, but it goes for resignation. So Magnus in second, clear second. Yeah, not too often that you have a clear first and clear second. Like usually there's a tie. Wow. Theodoro beating Judah. Judah with more time though. Move quick. Yeah, it's easier to pre-move as black. He's multi-pre-moving. Throwing some spite checks. I would put the rook like between the 4th and 6th ranks. Good job, Nico. Bach. Okay, most games are done. Okay. I finished 74th. Good job to the top finishers. I'm gonna take off. I think the American Cup started over an hour ago. Today's the first day of like the championship finals. Fabi got knocked out yesterday, so it's Wesley versus Lavon Aronian, and then Carissa Yip versus Alice Lee. I encourage people to watch that. Thanks everyone for the support. I really appreciate it. I'll be back almost certainly on Thursday for 3-0 Thursday. Not sure if I'll play all the tournaments, but at least one or two of them. So stay tuned. Oh, thank you, Eval Bars again. Oh, sharing a link. Okay, I'll check that out. Thanks for the support. Looks like made some kind of video. Okay, I do have to go. Goodbye. Hope everyone has a good day. See you guys soon.